Searching for the next opponent.
Dropbox Business keeps your team connected, whether they're working from home, in the office, or even on the go. With
The number of coronavirus cases in India has officially topped 20 million as the crisis tightens its grip. Many experts believe that the real figures for deaths and infections are much higher than the official tally. At the same time, supply shortages are hampering the national vaccination drive, and the healthcare system is buckling under the weight of new cases.
There is no room for these patients at this hospital. Instead, they are made to wait outside and left hoping that the oxygen supply will hold out. As ambulances queue at hospitals, other means of transport are also taking on a crucial role. Trains are India's lifeblood, its tracks hauling freight and people across the country's vast landmass. Today, they also offer a lifeline. This locomotive pulls a precious cargo, oxygen, headed to the worst-hit areas. India's railroads have been drafted into the country's emergency response in other ways too.
11 train coaches have been converted into isolation wards. There's a separate coach for the doctors. That's 12 isolation coaches available here. There are 2 oxygen cylinders in each coach, and we've set up 9 air coolers as well. Sprinklers on the ceiling control the temperature. 16 patients can be accommodated in each coach, and sanitation waste disposal arrangements have also been made.
Ingenuity and improvisation are doing their bit to stem the rising tide of coronavirus deaths. But it's not enough to shield the Modi government from anger over its failure to prevent this deadly second wave of the pandemic. It was a contributing factor to an unexpected loss for the Prime Minister's BJP party, losing an important state election in West Bengal. Much like the surge in infections, this is not what Modi had in mind when he declared the end of the pandemic at political rallies all over India. After this miscalculation, his political fortunes may be linked to the coronavirus more closely than ever.
And for more, let's bring in DW's Delhi Bureau Chief, Amrita Chima. Amrita, 20 million infections reported in India. How are authorities trying to reverse the surge?
Hi, Sarah. Yes, 20 million new infections in the country, a painful milestone for India. Now, the government is trying all it can to curb this surge, the second wave that India is now seeing. It's doing this through restrictions, lockdowns, curfews in many parts of the country, including here in Delhi. In fact, in one bit of hopeful news, the number of new infections in the past 24 hours fell in Delhi to the lowest in about 20 days. So, of course, authorities are hoping that this is to do with the lockdown that we had here in Delhi. The second plan, Sarah, that the Indian government has in trying to curb the surge is vaccination. They started this in January, and now they're expanding the vaccination program to anyone who's over the age of 18. So the vaccination program was got underway in Delhi yesterday. Some 40,000 people between the ages of 18 and 44 came out. And this is important, Sarah, because a lot of young people are getting infected with the surge.
No freedom for you.
And even still, though, Amrita, we're hearing about severe shortages of vaccines, in fact. And people are wondering, how is that India, one of the world's biggest suppliers of vaccines, is in this situation?
But yes, you're right. Many states in India are complaining about shortage of vaccines, that they don't have enough to get this new phase of the vaccination program underway, that people over 18 can get vaccinated. Now, India has the world's largest manufacturer of vaccines. That's in Pune, the Serum Institute of India. Now, that played a critical role, along with another indigenous vaccination company, during this vaccination program. But it seems that India underestimated its own need after the end of the first surge. It began sending vaccinations overseas as part of its vaccination diplomacy. Some 66 million doses were sent to dozens of countries. And now it finds itself in a position where it doesn't have enough vaccine for its own people. So they've stopped that program, but they've also started trying to get vaccines from overseas. For example, Russia's Sputnik V. That's now also being used in India's vaccination drive.
Delhi Bureau Chief, Amrita Chima. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, now to some other developments in the pandemic. Sri Lanka has imposed tough new restrictions in an effort to contain the spread of the virus. Public gatherings and weddings are banned, and schools will remain closed until further notice. Cambodia is set to lift its lockdown in the capital, Phnom Penh, despite another record rise in daily cases. The country is battling its worst outbreak to date. And North Korea has warned its citizens to brace for a prolonged struggle against the virus. The UN has earmarked nearly 2 million vaccine doses for Pyongyang, but it's unclear how and when those shipments will arrive.
Oh, right. I'm starting to get it.
My pelvic is gonna hurt. I already know it's gonna happen. #.
The hell? Okay.
I'll give it my all.
The moment I went to you. It's your turn.
Tell me, how will you act?
Maybe I should try out my new battle tactic.
Round one. Ready? Clash!
The beginning.
What to do next? Paralysis. What if I do it like this? It's not over yet. Work in parallel. Get numb.
I can stop him.
Try to overcome it.
This is tough. Not yet.
Try to endure.
My leg power.
Can you break free?
The nerve.
Can you withstand this?
I underestimated them. Lucky link.
Stupid.
Ribbit. Too bad. Ribbit.
Don't pull me. Make it sound.
What a racket.
You're late. Payback.
I'll do it.
Don't underestimate me. I'll do it in one shot.
Ribbit. Too bad.
With
Not yet. It'll be fine. Just calm down. Instantly.
cowardly.
This is the lost.
Round two. Ready? Clash!
Most Monday ever.
Did it?
I'll get it. Hey, for Isaac? Yeah, that's us. Thank you.
Surprise! Mondays.
It's Monday.
This is mine.
I did my best. Don't turn a blind eye. You're late.
Experience Boost raised my credit score by 12 points instantly, which is insane.
So I raised my score by 21 points instantly. Literally as soon as I pressed the button.
Boost your credit scores instantly. Only Experian.com/boost.
No freedom for you.
Blackfishing is a term to refer to people who appropriate black culture and style or pretend to be black. They say
Don't turn a blind eye. You made it. You will struggle. You made it. Let me go. Sorry. Strike. I did my... Don't pull me.
Oh, I get to, no. You will not win.
You're not ready. So indecisive. Payback. Paralysis. What if I do it like this? Try to endure.
Just like that. Like a whip. Is this all it? Here I go. This is mine. Ribbit.
Let me go.
Leave it to me.
Can you withstand this?
I'll do it.
Don't move. You're not ready. Whoa.
Stretch out. Here. Ribbit.
Straggler. Try to endure. So indecisive. What if I do it like I did my best. Don't turn a blind eye.
God, that's pretty icky. Not yet.
I didn't. Don't get caught. Don't turn a blind. Can't take much
I've
more
replayed
of
my
this.
frogginess.
I was a little too easy on
This is...
you. You take this too lightly. Don't underestimate me! I'll show you the right way.
Player one wins!
Fish poop. You shouldn't have taken me lightly.
Searching for the next...
Check out the food. Why do you put it?
Huh?
You need a new bug again. Yeah, don't do it. You don't like me to do it. Then you can't even looks good. We'll eat for else. Cool.